Hello everyone, my name is Cheryl Hill and I'm coming to you from my kitchen here in beautiful Van Nuys, California. And I have a favor to ask. I need to raise $13,000 to pay my brother Tracy's back rent. As many of you may or may not know, on March 21st, my brother Tracy committed suicide in his apartment. Tracy suffered from depression, but also I think a lot of circumstances led to this. And I'm not pointing the finger at any one person, but he lived in the same apartment for 30 years. My brother Tracy was a musician. He composed, he played, he made a living as a lighting engineer. So over the last 30 years, he's accumulated a lot of musical equipment, keyboards, guitars, computers, monitors, lighting equipment. When I went into his apartment, I saw cases and cases and probably close to $500,000 worth of musical instruments and equipment that I cannot evaluate. I'm still reeling from the death of my brother's suicide and trying to handle his affairs via my mother's power of attorney. She's 93 years old and lives in Seattle. The problem I'm having is that in the middle of a pandemic, it's hard for me to get out. I don't have access the way I need it. And also my brother is living in an apartment building of over 200 units where they're not practicing social distancing. When I go over there, apartment building management and staff, they're not wearing gloves, they're not wearing masks, and I'm in a high-risk situation. So once my brother passed away, they weren't even going to let me have access until I had a death certificate. They finally allowed me access because the LA coroner is not processing death certificates in a timely manner. It's going to take 4 to 6 weeks to get a death certificate. So they let me in, but they let me in to take pictures. And I, at this point, can take things out, but I just can't arbitrarily take things out. I believe there's so much value to his possessions, but not only that, the tapes and his music and everything over the last few years. So we've continued to pay the rent so that we have access to the unit. But the problem is that the property management will not give me a key. So I have to go in during business hours. I have to access his apartment through the apartment manager, who sometimes takes a day or two to get back to me. Now she says the only way for me to access her is through email. So this weekend when I wanted to have access to apartment, I called and left a message on Saturday, and she called me back and saying that I wanted to come in early Sunday morning. She called me at 3 o'clock on Sunday. So then I called her back and said, okay, I'd like to get back to you. I'd like to come in at 8 o'clock on Monday. But Monday morning I woke up, it was pouring down rain, and I really would have loved to have canceled, but I didn't have a choice. I had to go because I'd already made the arrangement because I didn't have free access to his apartment. The reason they're not giving me a key is because they say that I might be a squatter. I might squat. Look at my kitchen. This is just my kitchen. I can show you the rest of the house. There's no way I'm going to squat there. Not only that, but it's very depressing for me to just go in and be there for more than 15 minutes or an hour at a time. I was there an hour on Monday and looking for my mother's credit cards and some personal information that other people wanted. And then that's when I saw how valuable the stuff that was really in there. So I'm thinking, this company's so greedy that maybe if I can raise a year's worth of rent, they'll give me a freaking key. So I'm asking you, his rent is $1,300 a month. I'm trying to raise $13,000 or a little over $13,000 so I can give this company the La Fontana apartment buildings in Sherman Oaks, California on Sepulveda Boulevard. If I pay the owner, Michael Pirro, 12 months worth of rent, maybe he'll give me a freaking key so he doesn't think I'm a squatter. So I'm going to set up a GoFundMe crowd page. I'm going to post this on Facebook. I'm going to post this on my Instagram account. And anything you can do to help donate to Tracy Hill's Memorial Fund so that I can have a key to his apartment to go through things in the middle of a pandemic, which is not unreasonable, I would appreciate your help. Thank you very much.